Pastor John Kong. Pastor Kong is pastor of the Family Federation for World Peace of Queens, Director Ambassadors for Peace New York City, American Clergy Leadership Conference Director in Queens, Director International Chinese Association, 75th generation descendant of Confucius. His educational background is the adjunct professor in mathematics, Queens College, Flushing, New York, MA in Education, Masters of Religion Education, UTS, New York State Teacher License, New York University, New York City, New York BA in Mathematics, Xavier ROTC High School, recipient of Michael O'Connell Math Award. We're now about to get educated. I call Pastor Kong to give his remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I was wondering who he's talking about. Greetings, shalom, assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Imam Abdul, for giving me the opportunity. Ahmadiyya community is really special, and I bring with my Asian congregants, so we have a little diversity here. Okay, I'm going to go with my script because I know I like to divert, and I don't have much time. Praying for peace is imperative, indispensable. We all agree. But do not pray for God to solve our problems. Who created the problems? Mankind. We created the problem, we have to solve it. That said, God is concerned though. Why? He is a parent. He loves us. We're his children. So he knows the answer. If anybody knows the answer, God must know, right? So, what does he do? Well, the prophet Amos, chapter 3, verse 7 says, surely the Lord God reveals to his servants the secrets. So this may be a secret to peace, and he's going to reveal it to those of us who are willing to be leaders, to take the risk, to come together and solve our problem. Allow me to use a metaphor. Mankind's situation is like a broken jigsaw puzzle. You all know jigsaw puzzle, right? Mm-hmm. Jigsaw puzzle, and what the war does is just take all these pieces, throw up in the air, and now it lands all messed up. Mungo jungle. And some are unrecognizable because they flip upside down. And you don't even know if they fit. Now, I don't pretend to know all the causes or the answers to this conflict. But as a leader, and I think all of you are leaders, we are concerned and we have compassion for the downtrodden. And I believe that would tap into God's wisdom and beginning to solve this conundrum. You can say it's a quagmire. It's something that somehow is very difficult for us to get out of. Now, I'm going to point out bits of truth or pieces of the jigsaw that seems indispensable and that will fit together. In solving a jigsaw puzzle, it's very important that we find the four corners. Am I right? Yes. And if you find the pieces that have edges, and we connect the edges and the four corners, it will give us a little bit of a outline, and that will really help us to solve this problem. So, if you can fit these corners and the edges together and show the outline, it really will bring us to the next step. So here are some of the bits of truth which I like to offer, and they are indispensable corners or side pieces. No justice, no peace. That's a very favorite slogan. However, I hope we don't use that because it's just an excuse for more violence. Justice is very subjective and is very different for everybody. So for the Jews, they may feel justified in killing the top leaders of Hamas, who initiated this current war, October 7th, everyone knows that. Now, along the way, many innocent civilians are killed on both sides. So even if Hamas leaders were captured and killed, after a while, a new Hamas leaders will rise to the top, and now they are justified to attack Israel because you can see the amount of collateral damage that Israel has, done in the past days from bombing. So there is no solution in this never-ending vicious cycle. Why do Arabs hate the Jews so much? Of course, with so many wars, conflicts between Jews and Arabs became very complicated and compounded. I watched and then studied various theories on why the Arabs hate the Jews. Among them is one argument that strikes me as very interesting, yet very fundamental, and that is envy. That's right. Envy, being the instigator and perpetuator of this hatred, should not be underestimated. Being wealthy comes with it affluence, lavish, opulent lifestyle, which the poor can readily see. And with the air of superiority, the rich may even despise the poor. On the other hand, the poor despises the rich and may wish they would be brought down a few notches and may secretly even wish the rich's demise. Such is human nature. If you are a millionaire, you are jealous of a billionaire. Anybody can identify with that? Oh, okay, not many millionaires here. Okay. Can anyone envy add to the existing hatred would drive a people to retaliate when given the chance or opportunity? Allow me to point out 3 facts, 2 historical and 1 current. Number 1, recall how Japan was nuclear bombed by Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Japanese should hate the United States, right? And yet many Japanese, I have many Japanese friends, and I've been to Japan, I talked to all kinds of people. There does not seem to be that much animosity towards Americans in USA. There are not many, or I haven't found any Japanese groups plotting to destroy America. Why? The reason is that USA helped rebuild Japan. And out of respect for their leader, they did not capture or jail their leader, which was the emperor. Okay, so love is part of the solution. And this puzzle of peace in the Middle East has to have love. Okay, second point, recall after the Civil War, there was animosity between the now freed black slaves and the plantation owners. So how do we solve this problem? So General Sherman got together the black ministers who seemed to have the pulse of the black community and asked them, what is the solution? And they offer a solution. And I think some of you know it, 40 acres and a mule. Right? You heard of that. But it didn't come about because later President Johnson rescinded. They became indentured servants, all right, because they have no place to go. And others went up north with their resentment, and some say that fuels the Black Lives Matter today. Okay, and the third point is the border crisis, and I'll make it real short. We have a border crisis, everything's really connected. The way to solve our border crisis is to help the country. The original was Mexico, of course now many other people are trying to get in. If we help Mexico country to be prosperous, to be productive, right? Help them with the infrastructure, R&D, STEM, education. If they become prosperous, do you think they will want to come to America? No. Okay, so this is really one of the solutions. So the Jews are arguably the richest ethnic group in the Arab world. The surrounding population, especially Palestinians, are relatively poor. Envy abounds. Can history inform the Jews? The two-state solution may be the first step, but side by side will not work. As you recall, in 2005, Israel actually withdrew completely from the Gaza Strip, even evicted some of their settlements. And yet we have this situation. The animosity, conflict, poverty, envy are still not resolved. The two states with great distance between them may work. Separate them, one people move. Now, the Israel have a historical and biblical claim to their homeland, so it's impossible for Jews to move. Will the Palestinian family move to escape poverty and gain opportunity? I'm just saying. It offered 40 acres and a mule. For security reasons, the Jews won't trade land for peace. But will they trade money for peace? So this is my proposal. It's very quick, a few seconds more. I know I'm running out of time. I propose adopt a family. Have a Jewish family adopt a Palestinian family. They share their culture, A Jewish family will financially support a Palestinian family by purchasing the land and a mule. Where that land is, I can give you a few suggestions. Reverend Moon has already bought multiple land in South America, fertile ground. The Palestinian family will move to this 1 hectare of fertile land in South America, and that would be an act of love. Then we need, of course, an interfaith community family to facilitate the process. Will the interfaith family support such a proposition? Okay, so my final question is, can we find 6 families, 3 Jewish, 3 Palestinian, to start this pilot project? Meanwhile, Israel should do to the Palestinians as USA did to the defeated countries of World War II. If they do that, help with reconstruction, development infrastructure, R&D, education, STEM, both give fish and teach fishing. You know, there's a dilemma, right? Give the fish or teach fishing. Why do we have to choose? They're not mutually exclusive. Give both. Give fish to help the immediate problem, but teach fishing for the future. God bless you. I hope I didn't ruffle any feathers. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Josh. I'm not sure I say professor. that was a really a course of education there. Hopefully, inshallah, we can find some ways to get you in the UN Security Council so you can offer some of your suggestions, inshallah. I would like to now call